I certainly benefit from it. So whatever your ideas are. I just have to say that John Lithgow and I introduced this film to the Lincoln Center Film Library about a month ago. You know, they're archiving the film now. You know, I don't understand the movie, neither does John. And Christopher Lloyd is also a dear friend, and Jeff Goldblum and I play jazz together. Those guys don't understand the movie. As a matter of fact, nobody in the movie understands the film. However, I have to just say that at Lincoln Center, not taking anything away from Dallas, but Lincoln Center Film Library a month ago when they honored this film, and John and I did a Q&A. It was introduced by Kevin Smith. You know him, the Clerks, and very articulate guy, and he gave an analysis of this film, which I'm going to rip off a bit, because John and I looked at each other and said, wow, we wish we'd have known what he knew. Before making the movie, we might have done something else. Kevin Smith said this, and I think he's right. He said the longevity of this film, on a serious note, is because it defies genre. You cannot pinpoint it. Now, the 20th century, the head of 20th century marketing, after I made this film, brought me in, this wonderful lady, and sat me down and said, can you tell me what this film is? Because we'd like to know in order to sell it. And as Kevin so perfectly put it, is it science fiction? Yes. Is it an action film? It's that too. Is it a comedy? Probably a comedy more than anything else. Is it filled with social history and, you know, a stab at racial inequities? I mean, look, the good guys, has anybody not seen this film? Am I talking to... Okay, you're going to see this. I mean, this is 1983. And in 1983, there's a whole methodology jumping off into every art form. You know, there's feminism coming out. There's also real race issues coming out. This thing has got good guys as Rastafarian aliens and bad guys looking like rednecks. So, you know, there's that. So there's a social history in it. There's science fiction in it. There's action in it. It doesn't spoon feed you any information at all. It gives you a little blurb at the top that kind of gets you going. It doesn't try to explain any of the technology. I don't know what the hell the watermelon is doing on top of the computer. You know, and I know you all want to know what that question is. It's one of the great scenes in it. You know, I don't know what an overthruster is. It's written by a guy named Earl Mac Rausch, who's a genius from MIT and wore a Burr haircut and sand and spinach hats and pants and red Converse All-Stars and had a weird truck and sort of made a move on everybody's Latino maid, including my own. You know, you know, the whole thing is like a potpourri of genres, styles, and subsequently, as Kevin Smith so brilliantly put it, it's unique. It's just, and it's got Eastern Zen philosophy in it. The last line in it is one of the great Zen sayings ever. So. I don't know what the movie is, and subsequently, at the end of it today, I'm going to be asking you what you think it is when I come back. But anyway, enjoy it. And by the way, I'm really good looking in this film. Because I was looking at the restored print of Lincoln Center, man, and I thought to myself, man, you know something? Even I would have done me better. You know, my wife says, well, honey, you're still a bronze god, but I pay her big money to keep saying that. Anyway, I want to just thank the Dallas Film Society and John Lithgow, who can't be here. He's with his wife, and they have a pretty steep agenda today, but he's one of the most elegant guys I've ever known or ever worked with. Beautiful guy. And thanks to the Dallas Film Society for having me here, and thank you, James Faust, and thank you one and all, and I'll be back after the film.